Hey guys, back online with Ask Me Anything after a little hiatus. Had a summer break, had to unplug a little bit. But I wanted to do an overview of what's in store for you guys, which I'm really excited about. I've assembled kind of an all-star cast of serious professionals to talk you through what happens when the music leaves your head and your equipment. How does it actually get onto the screen? This is a big subject. We're talking about printing stems, and we're talking about printing stems for a music mixer if you have one, stereo, surround, your music editor, your director, your producer, the dub mixers, all these moving parts that affect how your music ends up sounding in the movie, in the show, on Netflix, whatever. So I have two dub mixers, both esteemed, one more television, one legendary feature film guy. I have one of the best music mixers of all time. I have the best music editor that I've ever worked with. And then at the end, me to talk you through, from the composer's perspective, how to get to all these places. So we're starting at the top so that the big picture comes into focus for you guys, which is sitting at the dub stage with, all the effects and the dialogue and the ADR and the music. And this is the moment of truth and what you can do to prepare for that technically, even from a standpoint of writing, understanding that the lead singer in the band is always going to be louder, and that's the dialogue. Your music editor, if you're lucky to have one as good as mine is, who is your asset on stage. He's your ally. He or she is there to make sure that adjustments are made, and they're trying to save you time and save you rewriting the cues and make it go around better. And how does that relationship work? And of course, at the end, and it comes down to a state of mind as you, the composer. I know we want to be creative all the time, but there is an executional aspect to this career. This is not, concert music that just when it's on the page, it's done. It has to get recorded. It has to be executed. It has to be done in stems, all these things. So this is a little mini series masterclass kind of thing, which I'm excited to share with you guys. And we're going to start with dub mixers. I have one of my favorite directors I've worked with who is incredibly good with music to talk to you about what stems mean to him from a director's standpoint. Legendary music mixer, music editor, and then the composer. So that should complete the cycle of what it means to deliver your music in a meaningful way, why, how it helps you, and to not be afraid of it and to embrace it, if that makes sense. And the last video will be me in front of Cubase talking about everything from playing a solo violin to already thinking about how is that going to work, what my busing system is, which is set up into 3 different layers. One is widest possible scenario, which is not that often used, but it's available if I need it. 2 is a set of what I call synth master stems. A lot of those, they would go to a music mixer, who would then take those and incorporate, say, the live orchestra with your stuff and send it out. Or, like most of you, if you're delivering right out of your room, right to air, right to the movie, right to the TV show, which is, let's face it, for most of us, about 90% of our lives, right? Then I have my synth master gets upmixed into 5.1, and I have about 20 5.1 stems, as well as a full mix, and click and dialogue, I'll get to that deliver from my room, ready for prime time, ready to go right to the music editor, right to the stage, and sound good, look good, be professionally, sonically perfect, euphonically perfect, technically excellent, exactly so, with a couple of breadcrumbs built in there in case there's some question marks, because often the music gets delivered in the middle of the night and you're not there to answer questions. All these little protocol things, we're going to go a little deep on it, but it's really helpful. Even if you're not super techie, that's okay. Being aware of this process, being aware of what happens when you hit record or bounce, and then you sit down to watch your show on Netflix 3 months later, what happened in the middle there? If you're not aware of it, you should be, even if you're not in a technical position to be able to implement it. But I'm going to show you the way I do it, which works pretty good. It's a system I've developed over years and years of just doing this and adjusting to demands of dub mixers, not demands so much as adjusting to the needs to help them help me make the score sound great, which is really what they want to do, of course. Giving them stems should not be something you're afraid of, like they're going to internally change the balance of your music just because. That's not the case, and that will become very evident when you watch this video series, this little masterclass. So this is an overview for you guys. You know, we're going to talk about this in detail with all the video, all the esteemed guests, and then again, we'll take it back to grassroots, which is you and me in the studio. We'll build a little cue. How about that? We'll write a little something, something, and we'll see how the busting progressed, and I'll talk about the stereo versus 5.1 situation, which I feel I have very strong opinions about. But I think this is going to be, I mentioned before, I've looked on the internet and I'd have never seen anybody really explain this in a meaningful way. So I'm excited to be the one to help do that for you guys. All of our guests who are, again, I keep saying the word esteemed because that's the word for them, volunteered their time for free. This video is free. So I hope you guys embrace the spirit of this as sort of the, you know, the one-stop shop for understanding how your music gets to the screen. I'm excited to share it with you guys. You're going to want to like and subscribe below so that you get notified of this when it comes out, which should be shortly. And it'll be a 5-part series. Hold on. Dub mixer, director, music editor, me. 5-part series. Music, yeah. On this entire thing. All right, guys. This is Ask Me Anything, bringing you guys the goods. Looking forward to sharing it with you. Speak soon.